In today's video, we are going to talk about the Adobe Spark Suite. This is a set of free apps that you can get on the iPads. There are 3 apps that are included in this. The first one is Adobe Post. A lot of people will use this to create social media posts. In education, you can use this to create photos for projects that your students are working on, or if you want to create a photo to grab your students' attention. Students are also able to do some other educational things with it that I'll show you once we get into Adobe Spark Post. Spark Page is the next app. You can think of this as almost like a web page that students can build, or designing like a magazine page layout. The app is extremely easy to use. You can include YouTube videos, links out to different websites, photos, either Creative Commons photos or photos that students have on their iPads. And then a Spark Video is the last app we'll talk about. This is similar to PowerPoint, but it one-ups, or actually it's several ups PowerPoint. It creates cinematic motion videos just with drop and drag. It's super easy to use. Students love using this versus PowerPoint or Google Slides, things like that. So we will go ahead and get started. The first thing you'll need to do is download the apps on the App Store. So on your iPad, you will download Adobe Spark Video. So in the App Store, you'll search Spark Video and then Spark Page, Spark Post. Like I said before, all 3 apps are free. So pause the video until you have these downloaded. Now that you have them downloaded, the first one we're going to work with is Spark Post. The way that the training will work is I will show you how to use it, and then we'll build projects together. So there might be times that I'll say pause the video. You'll be able to pause the video and then work in the app to learn how to use it. So go ahead and click on Spark Post to launch it. What you're going to do is click Continue with Google. It's going to ask that Google wants to connect with Adobe Spark. Click Continue. You're going to choose your Google account. Enter in the password if it requests that. It'll ask that we trust Adobe Spark with Google. Click Allow. When it pops up, if it's a personal account or a school account, you're going to click on Enterprise ID for school account, and then Classroom Account, Worthington ISD. So now we are in Adobe Spark. I'm going to walk you through a couple of ones that I created just for examples, and then show you some templates and how you use Adobe Spark. So this first example is building a collage. If your students were working on a project such as the national parks throughout the US, this one is Yellowstone National Park. All of the photos that you see on this are from the free pictures in Adobe Spark. What's nice about using those pictures are they are under the copyright Creative Commons, so you can legally use those with your students, and as teachers you can legally use the photos in your classroom. And then the next one is you can use this for vocab. We know according to Bloom's taxonomy that creation is at the highest point for students to learn and master things. So this is an example of vocab. The vocab word is up at the top, the definition, and then using the vocab word in a sentence. The pictures behind it are pictures that they would find that deal with the vocab word. So the vocab word is expedition. They found pictures that go along with that. So now looking at the bottom of your screen, you'll notice that there's a templates icon, a plus sign, and My Posts. I'm currently in My Posts, so anything you create or your students create will be found in My Posts. It automatically saves, so it's similar to Google. As the students or yourself are working in any of the Adobe products, they are going to be automatically saving. So go ahead and click on Templates. At the top, you'll notice some tabs with different categories, so you can search through different categories. So if you knew you were going to be working with the collage, you'd click on Collage, and it'll bring back pre-made templates. The really nice thing about having the education account is that normally all of these ones here that have the little gold tab, Those are reserved for premium accounts that you have to pay, but Adobe actually gives that to education accounts for free. So I'm going to give you just a couple moments to go through and look at some of the different templates. So if you want to pause the video and then look through the different templates and then unpause it when you're ready to go on to the next step. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with a collage, and you'll create something for a country or a place that you'd like to go visit on vacation. So I'm going to go up to the top and click on collage. And then as I scroll through, these are all different templates that I can use for my project. As an example, if I wanted to see one up close, if I click on it, I can see it. If this is something that I don't want to use, I'm going to click the X in the top left corner, and then I can continue moving on and looking for one that I want to use. So I'm going to pretend that this is the template that I want to use. Down at the bottom it says remix this template. What that means is I'm going to make a copy of it, and then I can change everything out that is already pre-existing. So we're going to start across the bottom. So if I click on add, you'll notice that I can add an image, a video, text, icon, which is kind of like stickers, or a logo. If I choose colors, it will give me a suggested palette of colors that work well together. Otherwise, in this corner here, I can create custom colors. So if I choose the suggested color, you can see that it changes the background, and then it'll change the color on any text that we have also. So I can just kind of flip through these and find one that I really like. So once you find one that you like, you'll click done in the bottom right corner. So if I want to switch out a picture, I'm going to click on one of the pictures. And now you'll notice that some new icons showed up at the bottom of the page. I'm going to click replace. It's the very first icon. And it's going to ask me where I want to find my images. When I was talking about the Creative Commons images, that's under the search free photos. So I'm going to type in Ireland. And then any of these photos that show up, I can legally use in my project. I don't have to worry about it being illegal due to copyright, because the authors of the photos gave that permission for education to use. So if I want to find one that just kind of reminds me of Ireland right away, I can choose that photo, and I would do the same for the next ones. Click. And then I don't see the bird on here, so what I would want to do is click crop and share. And then what this does is it gives me kind of like a grid that I can follow. I'm just going to slide the bird so he comes into view, and then just tap off, and that's how students can bring their photos into view. To change any of the wording, you're just going to click on the wording. At the bottom, there is a delete or edit text. So I typed in Visit Ireland. Across the top, I have several different options that I can go with. So if I don't like this font, I can click on Font, and I can choose from a ton of different fonts. If I don't find one that I really like, there is Adobe fonts that you can download for free. So if I click on Adobe Fonts, it would bring up the fonts that I could add into this. And there are a ton of fonts that you can go through. I can change the color if I wanted to by clicking on text, and then I'm going to get, my color rainbow of any of the ones that I want to choose from. Opacity, so if I didn't want it to be as bright, I can change the opacity of it. If I click on effects, this will give me like an outline, a shadow. Otherwise, it'll do it with a shape in the background of that. And then you can see that there's size, align, spacing, and style. When you're done with that, you click on Done. There is an animation. So if I wanted my text to come across and kind of type itself in, I would do that. If I don't want anything, I can click Cancel and Done. If you do add the animation, it takes it from a still image and it makes it into an MP4 with the movement. So just kind of know that as well. In the layout, if I don't like how the layout looks right now, I can go through and I can adjust. So maybe I want a really large picture on the side. You can adjust different layouts to kind of how you want it to look. When you're finished, you click Done. There is a border, so you can put a border around them, so it just makes it stand out a little bit. And then you can apply a new design look also to it. So like I said before, you are going to pause the video and you're going to create a collage that has to do with a place that you would like to vacation. Once you're finished, go ahead and unpause and I'll show you how you export it so students can use it and put it onto their iPad photo library or turn it into like Schoology or Seesaw. So when you're completely finished with this, students will come up to the top right corner and click on the Open In. All they have to do is click Save Image, and it saves it to the camera roll. So super easy, quick. If a student does not get finished with this, like I said, the project saves as you're going, so you don't have to worry about that. So if I would close out of that app and open it back up the next week, I still have all of the posts that I created. To edit it, all I have to do is click on it and click Edit. And then I can continue where I left off. So like I said, all you have to do is click the Open In and click Save Image. So go ahead and save your image just so you have it for our next step that we're going to go through.